Your kidneys diligently process hundreds of liters of blood daily, precisely regulating your blood pressure. Envision them slowly getting burned, scarred, suffocated, yet showing absolutely no symptoms. This is how silent kidney damage often starts. It's not just a concern for alcoholics or diabetics. The true threat often lies in common everyday foods. Shockingly, some are even marketed as healthy, yet discreetly harm your kidneys at a cellular level. What's truly frightening is that once you experience any pain or notice altered urine, as much as 90% of kidney function may already be lost. We'll address this before it's too late. We're unveiling the top 10 kidney destroyers, detailing precisely how they compromise your kidneys, plus methods to mitigate this danger. Our countdown begins with number 10, a food most people consume for breakfast. Our 10 reveals the high sodium trap, but not how you imagine. You've been advised. We're zeroing in on sodium sourced from heavily processed origins, like packaged soups, microwave dinners, and deceptive innocent savory sauces. While sodium is crucial for life, without it, your neural impulses would fail to ignite, and muscular movement would cease. The real concern isn't the salt shaker on your steak. Rather, the issue lies in the sodium-specific origin and the complete absence of its essential partner, potassium. Within your system, a fine equilibrium functions akin to a seesaw. On one end is sodium, while the other side contains potassium. When you ingest heavily processed foods, you ingest a huge amount of factory-made salt, nearly devoid of potassium. This disequilibrium puts your body into overdrive. To counteract the salt, your system then retains fluid. The result is hyperfiltration. Coming in at number 9, a morning ritual secretly clogs your filtration system. Non-dairy coffee creamers. You might believe you're doing your body a service by avoiding dairy, but closely examine that bottle. These products are essentially a chemical mixture of industrial oils, corn syrup solids, and thickeners. The specific culprit here involves whitening agents and emulsifiers. To make that liquid appear white and creamy, like milk, manufacturers often use microscopic particles that resemble industrial paint. When you drink this every morning, these particles enter your bloodstream. Your kidneys are tasked with the impossible job of filtering them out. However, because these particles aren't food, they can get lodged in the delicate kidney tissue, causing low-grade inflammation. Furthermore, the emulsifiers used to keep oil and water mixed can strip away the protective lining of your gut. This permits toxins to leak into your bloodstream, forcing your kidneys to work overtime cleaning up the mess. You are essentially asking your kidneys to clean up a toxic spill every single morning. If you desire creaminess, opt for real heavy cream, coconut milk, or even a high-quality butter. Number 8 is alcohol. We all understand alcohol impacts the liver, but its effect on the kidneys is arguably just as severe. The damage here creates a perfect storm for tissue destruction. Firstly, alcohol acts as a potent diuretic. It blocks the signal to your brain that instructs your kidneys to retain water. This explains why you visit the bathroom so frequently when drinking. This rapid fluid loss thickens your blood, making it sludge-like and much harder for the kidneys to pass through their filters. But the greater concern is the toxic byproduct of alcohol metabolism. Breaking down alcohol generates free radicals, unstable molecules that function like tiny wrecking balls, damaging your kidney cells. And there's a hidden aggravating factor: uric acid. Alcohol, particularly beer and sweet mixers, significantly elevates uric acid levels. Uric acid is not a liquid. In high concentrations, it forms microscopic, needle-shaped crystals. These crystals can embed in kidney tissue, causing physical harm and kidney stones. If you choose to drink, stick to clear spirits in moderation, and for every glass of alcohol, you must consume 2 glasses of water to keep your system flushed. Number 7 will certainly shock many health enthusiasts. It is the green smoothie. This is a classic instance of too much of a good thing. You decide to improve your health, so you take 3 cups of raw spinach, a handful of almonds, perhaps some beets, and blend it up. You've just concocted a potentially explosive cocktail for your kidneys due to compounds called oxalates. Oxalates are naturally occurring substances found in plants, serving to protect them from being consumed. Under normal circumstances, you chew your food and your body handles them adequately. The issue emerges when you blend massive quantities into a liquid form. When you consume a smoothie, you bypass normal digestion and flood your system with a high concentration of these oxalates. If your gut health isn't optimal, these oxalates get absorbed into the bloodstream and travel to the kidneys. Here, they encounter calcium and bind together to form sharp crystals. These are the primary components of the most agonizing type of kidney stones. But even before they form a stone large enough to obstruct a duct, millions of tiny microcrystals can develop in the kidney tissue, leading to inflammation and scarring. The essential point here is moderation. If you enjoy smoothies, swap the spinach for lower oxalate greens like arugula, or simply eat your greens cooked, which considerably reduces the oxalate load. Number 6 brings us to a dietary pitfall: artificial sweeteners. People often switch to diet sodas to protect their kidneys from sugar, which is commendable, but they may be substituting one harmful substance for another. We're referring to the synthetic sugars found in zero-calorie beverages. While they are advertised as safe, your body frequently struggles to process these foreign chemical compounds. There are two primary concerns here. Firstly, your body isn't designed to filter out these laboratory-created chlorinated sugar molecules. Long-term ingestion places a heavy strain on the kidney's capacity to regulate blood acidity. Secondly, and perhaps more significantly, is the metabolic confusion. These sweeteners deceive your brain into anticipating sugar. When sugar doesn't arrive, your body still generates an insulin response. This metabolic confusion can lead to insulin resistance over time, which damages the lining of the kidney's blood vessels. Major observational studies have indicated that individuals who consume multiple diet sodas daily often experience a decline in kidney function compared to non-consumers. If you require sweetness, consider natural plant options like pure stevia or monk fruit. Number 5 is processed meat: deli slices, bacon, sausages, and pepperoni. We must make a very clear distinction here. This isn't about the protein. High-quality animal protein is actually crucial for rebuilding kidney tissue. The real antagonist here is the preservation method. Processed meats are saturated with nitrates and preservatives to keep them pink and fresh for weeks on store shelves. When you ingest these preservatives, especially when cooked at high heat, like frying bacon, they transform into cancer-causing compounds in the gut. But there's another element called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These are sticky compounds that form when protein binds with sugar or fat under high heat. Imagine these sticky molecules getting lodged in the kidney's tiny filters, effectively gumming up the works. Your body attacks these sticky blobs, triggering inflammation and eventual hardening of kidney tissue. The misconception is that all meat is detrimental to kidneys, but that simply isn't accurate. A grass-fed steak or a roasted chicken breast does not carry this toxic burden. It's the factory processing you absolutely must avoid. Number 4 is a concealed ingredient found in virtually all fast food and packaged goods: inorganic phosphates. Phosphate is a mineral your body requires for bone health. However, in nature, phosphate is bound to protein and absorbed slowly. Your body only absorbs about half of the natural phosphate present in eggs or meat. The food industry, though, utilizes inorganic phosphate as a preservative and flavor enhancer. The alarming aspect of this inorganic version is that it's almost 100% absorbable. It floods your bloodstream immediately. When your blood phosphate levels spike, your body extracts calcium from your bones to balance it. This calcium-phosphate combination circulates in the blood and can deposit in soft tissues. This results in something known as calcification. Literally, your blood vessels and the delicate tubes inside your kidneys begin to turn to stone. The vessels become stiff and can no longer bend easily. these rigid vessels fail to properly control blood pressure, which then harms the kidney's internal structures. Even if your kidneys are currently in good condition, a continuous influx of these additives hastens the organ's aging process. Always check the ingredient lists. Should you see FOS, avoid purchasing it. Our third item is technically categorized as a medication, yet people consume it as if it were candy. We're referring to NSAIDs, an acronym for non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medications such as ibuprofen. People often use these for managing headaches, backaches, or general discomfort, believing them to be benign. However, they aren't. Such medications function by inhibiting the chemical compounds responsible for triggering pain and inflammation. Yet, there's a significant issue. Importantly, these identical chemicals also play a vital role in maintaining the openness and relaxation of kidney-bound blood vessels. Consuming a painkiller effectively means constricting the vital conduit that supplies blood to your kidneys. In essence, you're restricting its blood flow. Consequently, kidney tissue is deprived of essential oxygen and vital nutrients. Should you be dehydrated, perhaps after consuming alcohol or intense exercise, and then take a few painkillers, you could create a perilous situation where sections of your kidney might actually cease to function. For chronic pain sufferers, consider natural anti-inflammatories like turmeric or fish oil. Or prioritize addressing the underlying cause instead of depending on daily medications that gradually harm your organs. Industrial seed oils represent the second key issue. This category encompasses canola, soybean, corn, and common vegetable oil. These kinds of oils are found extensively, appearing in salad dressings, mayonnaise, restaurant meals, and various chips. The main issue is their chemical instability, as these oils are extremely reactive. When processed in factories with intense heat and chemical solvents, they undergo oxidation. Ingesting such oils is comparable to consuming biological rust. Upon consuming these oxidized fats, a substantial inflammatory response is initiated within the inner lining of your body's blood vessels. It's important to recall that the kidney essentially comprises a sphere of blood vessels. Once the inner surface of these vessels becomes inflamed, proper filtration is impossible. This is similar to attempting to strain water through a bloated, obstructed sponge. Such inflammation frequently marks the initial stage of kidney illness. Harsh solvents are employed by the oil industry to extract these specific oils, which often leaves residues your body was not designed to ingest. Instead, opt for stable, natural fats such as olive oil, avocado oil, or butter. Ultimately, the primary adversary of your kidneys is not salt. Rather, it is sugar, particularly fructose in particular. This includes items like high fructose corn syrup and agave nectar, ordinary table sugar, and an abundance of fruit juice. Most individuals misunderstand this point. Wrong. They tend to believe that sugar is harmful solely due to its role in weight gain or inducing diabetes. However, fructose uniquely possesses a direct and specific mechanism for damaging the kidney. In contrast to glucose, which all cells in your body can utilize for energy, fructose places a burden almost entirely on the liver. The processing of fructose demands enormous energy. This substantial energy drain then stimulates the creation of uric acid, a waste product we previously discussed. Indeed, fructose is currently the foremost contributor to elevated uric acid levels within contemporary diets. This uric acid impedes the gaseous compound that helps keep your blood vessels relaxed. Consequently, when you consume a soda or indulge in a sugary dessert, you effectively narrow the blood flow to your kidneys, simultaneously elevating the pressure. This results in oxygen deprivation for kidney cells. Gradually, this excessive sugar overload fosters insulin resistance, compelling the kidneys to retain salt, thereby leading us directly back to the issues we covered earlier at position 10. This creates a destructive cycle of elevated pressure, inflammation, and considerable stress. To protect your kidneys, the singular most effective action you can take involves removing liquid sugar. Consume whole fruit, but bypass both the juice and the soda. Your kidneys possess remarkable resilience. They are capable of healing and regenerating their function if you cease the chemical onslaught and provide them with adequate nutrients for rebuilding. By removing these 10 offenders, you'll not only preserve your kidneys, but also decrease your blood pressure, enhance your energy levels, and safeguard your heart. I'm interested to know which of these dietary items was the greatest surprise for you. Was it the smoothie or perhaps the painkillers? Please share your thoughts in the comment section. Should you find this information valuable, please tap that like button. Your support significantly benefits the channel. Also, do subscribe for additional content. Remain healthy.